minority commissioners who serve on the FTC, such as giving only last-minute sort of drive-by notice of meetings and votes, and using omnibus resolutions to pre-approve broad swaths of future investigations. Even your written testimony that you submitted today was done on a partisan basis rather than seeking to reach consensus. I think this marks the first time since I've been in the Senate, and I've been involved in this subcommittee the entire time I've been here, that I've seen that. I don't recall seeing that ever before. So if the FTC is going to, if you're going to run it more like a partisan entity, which I get it, but that is supposed to be one of the differentiating factors, is it not, between the Department of Justice and the FTC? The Congress that created the FTC is, of course, not the Congress in power today, but when it created this, with one of the things that it had in mind, we know because of the text and the structure and the language that they used, was that there would be a built-in bipartisan feature to it. You do differ in that respect from the Department of Justice, in that the officials who run the Department of Justice and the official, in this case Mr. Cantor, these people are appointed by the president after Senate confirmation, serve at the pleasure of the president. The FTC is different than that. But if you're going to run it as a partisan institution, how is that any different? Why should we even have two different entities?
So it's absolutely true that Congress designed the FTC as a multi-member body. Each of the commissioners brings unique expertise, and we benefit from that expertise. Sometimes that expertise means that there are legitimate policy disagreements that sometimes lead to 3-2 votes, 4-1 votes. We have had a whole set of unanimous votes. Testimony has, at least over the last decade, at several instances, not been passed unanimously, so that's just something that happens. I don't, second guess.
Okay, no, I get it. I get what you're saying. But it's charged statutorily as not just multi-member. And it's not just the term of years that you serve after you're confirmed, without being removable at the pleasure of the president. It's expressly bipartisan. Moreover, that still doesn't explain, and I understand, I appreciate it, as part of a deliberative body where we routinely disagree and where we have lots of dissents. I totally get that. That still doesn't address the most of the issues that I'm most concerned about here. The drive-by notification, last-minute notification, the sweeping omnibus resolutions approving broad swaths of investigations. I'm not asking or expecting that there be consensus here. I think there should. I do think it's troubling that there wasn't consensus in your written statement. I have never, ever, in my 12 years on the subcommittee, ever seen that happen. Maybe it's happened in the past, but not since I've been here. And it still doesn't explain what you're doing with the drive-by notification and things like that. That's deeply concerning to me. The language, as I recall, specifically, overtly says no more than 3 members can be of the same party. And so why not take the time to be more inclusive of participation in commission business by minority commissioners rather than marginalizing them?
We're absolutely inclusive on this issue of omnibuses. This is something that's been used on the consumer protection side of our house for many, many, many years. The change that we made was to bring the competition side of the house in conformity with the consumer protection. And this has really basically been a way to free up staff from bottlenecks, especially given that we now face additional urgency in bringing lawsuits while unlawful conduct is still ongoing. We face certain legal decisions that basically say that if the conduct has been halted, that we can no longer bring the enforcement action. And so pursuing streamlined investigations that are able to proceed swiftly has become even more important. And so the omnibus resolutions on the competition side, which again match what we've long done on the consumer protection side, have really been a way to empower our staff.
But staff aren't Senate confirmed. Commissioners are. Commissioners are Senate confirmed, and they're nominated specifically so that you have no more than 3 commissioners of the same party. Respectfully, the way you're operating it appears to me to be no different than if it were a partisan one. I mean, look at your statement today. I have not seen this in 12 years, a dozen years on the subcommittee. I've never seen an FTC chair submit something that wasn't a consensus statement from the commission.
I understand your broader point. If it will be helpful, we're happy to provide examples where that did in fact happen.
Okay, well, I would note for the record, they must not have been since I've been here. I see I'm out of time. I assume we'll have subsequent rounds. Thank you, Madam Chair.